Yo, what is up, y'all? It's your boy Dwight, back again with another video. This is another day in my life of me building my business to $2 million for the year. In this video, we will talk about this new thing that I'm gonna test out with the first jewelry store. It's kind of exciting. So for retention, let me, keep watching so you can find out exactly what it is. Second, we're gonna talk about kind of being stuck in testing products and kind of struggling to kind of find momentum, finding a breakthrough to push it to 1K, 2K, 3K it is, because as you guys know, the second store is currently trenches. So that's what we are currently going to talk about. And as always, we will do a rep check for y'all to show you guys exactly where the business is. So let's get into talking about the thing that I was just telling you guys that's quote unquote exciting. So for the jewelry store, there is this product that I had found on AliExpress. I don't want to talk too much about it, but it was a variation of a winning product that in the past, like in the last 4 years, has done probably upwards of, I don't know how much honestly, but at least has done $10 million online. And within the niche that my store is in, this variation of the product is I promise you, it's going to print fucking cash. It's going to print cash. I launched it on my store, emails to our existing customers, and it did fairly decent, way better than anything else that we've ever launched. But the issue there was that the sourcing agent couldn't find the product for whatever reason. No one is actually selling this product successfully when I had to look for competitors, because it's a different variation of, again, a winning product that it's kind of it's just a winning variation of another product, and nobody is really running it for real. So, we sent shit, I'm gonna be honest, we sent shit versions to customers because, again, we thought we would be able to find it and film it, kind of did some bullshit. So we had to refund these customers, but nevertheless, we took the L there. But the proof of concept still held that this was a product that could be sold low-key pretty well. And I was like, okay, if we can't source this shit, whatever, let's get 100 units of these motherfuckers that cost 1,700, 2K, whatever. Who gives a fuck? We spend the 2K and we have a bit of stock for it, right? Obviously, if we want to sell out the stock, it's gonna cost us 2K. Hopefully, we can make back, 8 to 10K from that shit, But the proof of concept still holds that we're looking to see if we can, kind of do some R&D, kind of fuck around and essentially build our own product from proof of concept. Obviously, I don't recommend anyone to do this, but there's too many aspects of this product that just make sense for it to do well. Nobody is selling this, for one. For two, again, it's a variation of, to us, it's a variation of two winning products, because it's from mine. It's a product, fuck, how do I explain this? It's a product from my niche, basically, mixed with another winning product that's done at least over $10 million. So it's the best of both worlds, and it's something, fuck, it doesn't even make sense. I don't even know if it makes sense the way I'm explaining it. But essentially, just know it's a good variation of a winning product that already exists, that's done a lot of money. So that's why I'm okay, if we fuck around and just build the shit out, test it, tell our email list, okay, there's only 100 of these motherfuckers, if y'all want it, y'all want it. And hopefully, hopefully we sell out that motherfucker, we get, proof of concept, we make whatever amount of money from it, hopefully 8 to 10 G's, on the job or some shit. And then after we fuck around and we launch this product on Meta, and we kind of make it, hopefully maybe even becomes our hero product. Because the biggest thing I realized with our main hero product is that it's a bit on the flashier side. I feel like it's not a product that necessarily everybody would want to wear. It has a, it's broad enough, but I feel like this variation that I'm talking about is very broad to the point where it can scale probably a bit easier. So that's kind of another reason why I'm trying to test this out. I don't want to talk too much about it right now. I just kind of want to update you guys kind of what I'm thinking currently with the first store. I talked about the first store a little bit too much the last couple of weeks. So that's kind of all I'm going to say for that. But just know we are cooking something special. It might take a month or two to, get the samples, get it completely made and shit. But nevertheless, we are cooking. Now let's kind of switch focus to the second store, kind of what would probably be more applicable to a lot of you guys right now, probably in a similar positions at that as that store. As you guys know, we've been running this second store for a couple of weeks now. You know, we've seen some success, some wins, mostly losses though. And what the hell was that? But we're really just trying to find a way to just find some momentum with this new store, because we're currently in this situation where we've made thus far like I think like 5K with the product in revenue. I think we spent probably 5K, so we lost probably like a rack or two or some shit, something like that. We were lost, yeah. I didn't look at the final P&L, but we lost around a rack or two. Situations like that, I'm not gonna lie, you know, it's kind of where a lot of people would either run out of money, one, or two, switch products, or three, just, you know, call it quits. But for me specifically, I'm kind of a big proponent on, I said this last video, trying to like make products work when they have a proven, how do I want to put this? A proven, I guess, basically I validated that this is a product that can sell well. Because for me personally, if I know this is a product that solves a problem, for one, for two, I know for a fact this is selling well for someone else, I have evidence from my validation research that I did, then for me, again, I said this last video, but I know for a fact then I could make this work. And there's not a lot of competition. So I'm like, okay, there's not a lot of competition. This is a problem-solving product. You know, there's a big enough market here for me to compete. There's a different angle that I'm kind of targeting, but I haven't been able to hit it. So it's telling me, okay, this is a bit of a skill issue here. And I just have to consistently just cook up, you know, some new creatives. Because the biggest thing that's kind of holding back a lot of us from seeing the skill that we want to do is we're not testing enough creatives. A lot of us might, you know, you might spend a K on a product, you might lose like $200 and you just quit, but you've only tested, bro, like 3 ads for the most part. But for me specifically, I think, not even I think, but from what I've seen, for the most part, it literally just takes one good ad to make $1 million in revenue, bro. So it's like, you have to be willing to create like 30, 50, even sometimes at some point, if you really believe in the product, 100 batches of concepts to kind of understand, you know, if there's something that is worth even putting more money into. Just because, like, the more you test the product, the more you actually understand your target audience. And you won't really know your target, even though you know you're doing the ChatGPT shit, you know, you're asking ChatGPT, okay, what's the personas here and there, but you don't necessarily know who the consumer is, like, within like a week or two. It takes a bit of time. And again, I'm recommending you guys that if you find a product, again, that you validated properly, you know that it sells well, give it some time. I'm not saying to blow 2K like I did, which isn't, again, the smartest thing. If you're on a low budget, then you have to kind of weigh out your losses and understand where your stop loss should be. A lot of you guys, and what I would recommend is probably have a stop loss of like maybe 150 to like 500, depending on your budget. Ideally a bit more, just so you have room to test a lot of different things. Obviously you don't want to blow that $500, but you know, you can spend 5K, I don't know, make back like 6 point something or 7.7 and be like slightly unprofitable, and, you know, lose like around like 500, and you've tested, you know, a lot of different aspects, offers, you know, creative. Just give it a proper test. That's the biggest thing. You have to understand what a proper test is and what like a pump and dump test is, where you're just throwing shit against the wall, not really trying to, you know, perfect the craft or perfect the test, and you just want to just throw shit up, just to throw shit up. You know, you have to kind of, again, understand the consumer in a way. Not even in a way, you have to understand the consumer, because the person that understands the consumer the best is the one that ultimately makes the most money in the market. So it's like, okay, if you understand that, you know, really give it a proper test. For me specifically, in the situation I'm in with this second store, I'm looking at the competitor, guys, and if I show you guys the competitor ads, like, obviously I understand that they have more data, but again, looking at their ads, bro, their ads are like, I'm not gonna lie, like, they're very poor, like they're very bad, genuinely bad. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, their ads are bad. There has to be a way for me to compete here. I'm looking, okay, I can potentially make better ads, but what might be holding me back could be the offer as a whole. Maybe the ads might be better in a way, but when they're getting to the landing page, you know, maybe my offer isn't where it needs to be. Maybe my funnel isn't where it needs to be. Like there's different aspects of the business that might be holding you back and why you're not seeing the success that you want to see. And it's kind of our job to kind of test out different aspects again to find out what really works. And for this specific story, we tested not that many offers. We tested upwards of probably like maybe 20 to 30 batches of creatives now. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, I'm understanding kind of what angles are working in a way. So I'm like, okay, let's hone in a bit on these angles that are working, stop what's not working. I'm understanding, okay, this style of creative is working a bit better than others. Okay, now let's use what's working and kind of be more precise on, who this persona is. Because you can make, let's say you have a hook of like, tired of, I don't know, tired of having knee pain. That's pretty broad. You can have a way better hook that says tired of using, let's say you search up what medicine a lot of people that have knee pain typically use because their knee pain is so bad that they get prescribed a specific medicine. You can be like, okay, are you tired of using, I don't know what the medicine's called, but are you tired of using X medicine, for your knee pain, or X shots that people might take in their knee or whatever whatever they might be using that's a pain to them, or a specific surgery that only somebody that has that specific pain point will know. Then that's kind of where you have an edge and you make your ads a lot better. So that's kind of the stage that I'm in. I'm saying, okay, again, what angles are working, bet, but let's use what we know that's working and again, try to make it better so we can be in a situation where you can have actual winning ads. Because the biggest thing here, that the ads that are doing well for us, because again, I put everything into a consolidated CBO, is that we have a lot of solution aware or problem aware ads that are getting sales, but those are people that are actively looking for the product. And those people are good to kind of sell to initially. But when you want to scale a bit further, you want to get people that are problem aware. They have the problem, but they're not necessarily looking for what you are selling or don't even know it exists. But people that are solution aware for the most part, they kind of know what they're looking for. They know that they're looking for, let's say you're selling a knee brace, they know they're looking for a knee brace. Problem aware, they know your knee brace or type of knee braces exists. They just don't know which one's the best one. But problem aware, they don't necessarily know, what's going on. They just know their knee hurts, bro. They just know their knee hurts and it needs something. But they're not really thinking about that they need something, because it might be a situation where their knee just really just started hurting the last couple of weeks and they're just like, damn, this really hurts. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where, I'm at. I have to just test different angles. Again, I'm finding that the solution and problem aware ads are doing a lot better, but I don't want that to be the case. I want to make sure that the VSL type of ads are taking the most spend so we can scale further. So we're kind of in a situation where we're trying to optimize our creatives as well as potentially our offer. The offer seems like it is getting a lot better, so I don't really necessarily want to touch it yet. I think I want to just get the campaign to hopefully be about around break even or slightly profitable. And I'm in a situation where, and you guys have to be happy with honestly be slightly profitable, even if it's like a 10% margin, because at that position, you can duplicate your campaign and test different offers, and I guarantee you'll find an offer that prints more cash than the existing one. So it's all about just finding what's working, what's not necessarily losing you a lot of money, or maybe bring you slightly profits, and optimizing from there. So that's kind of where I'm at again with that store, just testing a bunch of different things. Today, I do have to make some creatives for that store. Again, we have about 10 concepts that we threw into that consolidated CBO. We have some problem aware ads, we have solution aware ads, we have problem aware ads, most aware ads as well, honestly, just to kind of recapture all the people that didn't necessarily buy the last couple of weeks, just to, hopefully gain some increased ROAS. And that's literally the situation that we're at with the second store. Yesterday we got 2 sales, so it seems like that CBO might be getting a little bit of momentum. There's good buying intent on there as well, but again, we want to crack more creatives. And I guess I'll tell you, I don't like telling you guys the CBO structure that I'm running on that specific store, because I'm testing honestly a lot of different stuff. I think I've went through probably like 3 or 4 different creative structures. Okay, I'm boosting probably only 2 on there, and I'm going back to the consolidated CBO because now that I'm seeing that the ad account is a bit optimized, we have room to now test with broad and just test the specific CBOs and see which CBOs perform the best. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I said that so many times in this video. I'm bugging, bro, but that is where we're at right now. Just really just testing. And as you guys can see, like, I want you guys to kind of understand that from 0 to 100K a month, really, it's really just about finding the right creatives. Once you find a product that you validated correctly and you understand this product, one, solves a problem, has a big enough market that you can sell to, and three, you have kind of an advantage or a way that you can potentially outcompete the competition, then your next step there is just solely just try to make the best ads as possible. Because again, like what I said earlier was one creative can literally make you $1 million. That's all it takes. It takes one good creative to really give you the momentum that you need, and from there you make iterations off that winning creative. Maybe you change the creator, maybe you change off the hook clips, the hook text, here and there. It's just all about just testing and finding the right creative. So don't get stuck and lost in the sauce and working on things that don't necessarily matter. If you validated the product properly, focus on what matters. Don't focus on changing, colors on your website. Don't focus on changing, I don't know, whatever. At this point, I don't even know what people be changing. Like I used to change random things on the website thinking that was gonna make the issue, but make a difference. But if you're not testing offer creatives, that's like the main two things that are going to make a big decision onto why you're not making sales or not. You can have the worst website, and I'm gonna be real with you guys. You can have the worst website in the world. Obviously, you want to have a good website, but you can have the worst website in the world and still make a lot of money as long as your offer and creatives are aligned. That's the main things here. Like, as long as what you're saying on your site makes sense, the offer is good, but maybe your layout, your website is bad, you are going to make money. So focus on what matters. A lot of times when I see people that not email, what the heck, text me or ask me questions in my DMs, they're kind of focusing on the wrong things. And I kind of want to leave this portion that I'm talking about right now just to explain to you guys that from 0 to 100K a month, nothing really matters. Don't focus really on hiring. Like, don't overcomplicate this stuff. It's literally product, offer, creatives. Focus on that whole ecosystem right there, all three aspects. Make sure that they're all good, and I promise you, you will see, you know, you will get sales. I won't say you're gonna, do well necessarily off your first go, your first test, but I promise you, you will see sales if you focus on those three things. So focus on again, product, creatives, offer, and you will see success that you want to do. Don't focus on anything else that doesn't matter. Um, and yeah, once you get to like the 50K mark, 50K a month mark, then you can get an editor, you know, help you with the editing load. Probably at like 30K a month, honestly, 1K days ish. Get a VA, help you with your emails. And that's kind of the dream team to get you to 100K a month. Past then, past there, honestly, you might need not even might, you will need a bigger team. But that's not where we're at. That's not what we're talking about right here. That's kind of what I want to tell you guys and, you know, tell myself honestly as well. Um, yeah, let's get into the rev check now. Um, let's see. My fault. Shopify. Also, too, y'all, like I've been saying, DM me any like questions, bro. Like I'm down to help y'all. I've been seeing a lot of you guys been showing love, saying you fuck with the videos. I appreciate it a lot. I've also been seeing a lot of you guys asking me questions. I also, again, I'm down to help. All my info's down below, and ask me anything you want to ask me. And I want to truly want to see you guys win. So yeah, and the Discord will be made. I keep saying that, but I just haven't had the time yet. But this weekend I should get it completely done. But this is the rev check for the first store right now. Not necessarily the best. Um, but I'll kind of touch base on that actually after I show you guys these results. But yesterday a bit better, but we spent a lot of money yesterday. We spent like 700, so this is pretty unprofitable. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. And I'll tell you guys kind of why. First tour today, no sales, so I won't show you. No point. Yesterday though, oh my gosh, what the heck? Um, yeah, yesterday I got 92 sales, $92. We spent like 50. Um, cost of goods is still relatively low, so we had like $12 in profit. Not the best, obviously. Profit is profit. But nevertheless, that's kind of where we're at with this whole these stores revenue wise. We are also looking to kind of test out different creative structures because or campaign structures I should say, because I don't necessarily like what I'm running on the jewelry store. And as you guys can see, we spent $700 yesterday, which honestly isn't, well, 175 of it was the scaling campaign. The other portion of it was, or so like 200. So the other whatever amount was like testing different creatives. And while that does allow us to kind of segment and make sure that these creatives get budget, it's not the most efficient way to test creatives, if you know what I mean. You know, I'm thinking we might have to kind of play around with the one CBO structure, maybe, a couple CBOs with multiple different ad sets with similar type of ads. That's what I've kind of been playing around with as well. I kind of been seeing some decent success with that. So I'm really just trying to try out to see if the one testing CBO makes sense. My only issue that I had with that, as you guys can tell from like the other videos, is that I didn't necessarily like that the best winning ad was taking all of the spend and wasn't necessarily able to kind of give room to the other ones to get, sales to come into the door. So yeah, that's kind of the issue there. But I'm kind of in a, I don't know. I kind of decided that I want to separate the winning ads from the testing ads. So I have that scaling campaign that's spending like 175 right now. Should spend more hopefully by the end of the year, or what the heck, the end of the week. But I'm trying to put all the winners in there. And if that's the case, then I believe that testing a bunch of creatives inside one campaign will do a lot better. I've been seeing a lot of people that I know in the space, a lot of other, just seeing on Twitter as well, just saying that consolidated approach. So basically just grouping all the creatives together is like a better approach, and meta as well is kind of going towards there. So I kind of want to play around with it, give it another chance. I think my issue again with it was that the biggest post IDs were taking all of the spend. But I think if I isolate the winning create campaigns from the testing stuff, it should give us room to kind of, you know, yeah. Again, that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm kind of yapping. But yeah, as you guys can see, like we're kind of in a situation right now where, we're just rebuilding up right now. Um, we lost momentum. We're trying to get it back to where it needs to be at. And that's kind of the name of the game. I guess this is another point that I can I'm yapping, bro. But another point that I can kind of get on is never lose momentum. It's truly hard to honestly regain the momentum that you had. Like if you started to make 50K a month, don't let your foot off the gas, because getting back to 50K a month might be like the hardest task ever just for no reason. Like we were doing 100K months and then we fell off, and now we've been a bit cooked. I'm not going to lie, we're a bit cooked right now. The momentum isn't there necessarily. We don't have what we need to do. So if you guys get some success, don't get comfortable. Um, don't take your foot off the gas. Just keep working. Get staff if you need to help with creative output, and just don't get lazy. Don't get burnt out, and just do what you need to do. So yeah, that might be it for the video. I do have another piece that I want to talk about, bro. I don't know. There's so much things on my mind that I just tell me if y'all fuck with this. If y'all want these videos to be shorter. If you don't like the way like it's kind of unorganized the way I'm talking about different aspects of things that I'm doing in these businesses, but I don't know. I just want to talk to you guys, kind of venting. I guess it's kind of in no gay way or anything, but this is kind of like a diary for myself, blah, blah. Kind of just help me talk about what I'm kind of thinking about, honestly, that I want to do. But I've been also seeing for jewelry stores as well. This, again, a crazy side tangent. I know, I'm sorry, but a lot of jewelry stores, honestly, and let me know your thoughts on this as well, because I think a lot of you guys might, have seen this as well. But I'm seeing a lot of jewelry stores send their traffic to a collection page. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's interesting, because I can technically send them to, or the ad can be for the hero product, the main product, and I can send them to a collection page and they might choose a whole different product that has a higher AOV. And or bundle all these products together. And if I create the collection page well enough, for it's kind of basically going to give them a bigger chance or a bigger opportunity to bundle stuff together. Our AOV is going to go higher, and we'll probably do a lot better that way because, again, with niche stores or clothing, jewelry, people for the most part want to buy multiple. And I guess low key sending them to the landing page isn't necessarily the best approach for probably for optimizing for the most profit and sales. So I'm gonna play with that, test that inside another campaign and see how it does. And I kind of report to you guys maybe at the end of the week or next week or some. But yeah, there's so many different things that we can do. So that's why I'm hyped. And I really feel like this time when we get to 100K a month with the first store and as well with the second store, we're going to stay there for a long time. Just because I've learned, bro, guys, I've learned so much in the past like year or two that it's only a matter of time that we get there. Like, disclaimer, as you guys know, we get to 6 figures a month, obviously in Q4. But again, the whole issue here is that we're trying to maintain it and keep it to be our baseline for honestly all year round. That's kind of the whole goal about it. And that's why we're kind of in this pickle because we were close to there, but again we lost our ad account, blah blah blah. I don't want to keep saying the same story, blah blah. The board, what am I saying? But I don't want to keep saying the whole same thing over and over again. But that's why, like, you see this kind of channel was birthed, bro. It's just showing you guys my journey on, how long it's taking for me to get back up there and a branded approach because these stores are essentially being branded. The first store has custom packaging. We have a pretty big email list at this point. You know, we do good revenue again every Q4, but we are trying to get this to do well on an evergreen level. So that's kind of where the issue, the challenge, or whatever is, and just kind of fixing the way we approach this business as a whole. And I promise, again, low key, I think once we get it to 100K a month, let me know in the comments if you guys are still making it. If honestly, if you guys made it this far in the video, comment like, um, I don't know, or just comment or something, and I don't know, I'll give y'all something. But yeah, like, fuck, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I'm cooked. Um, Fuck, I lost my train of thought. What was I even saying? Why did I say that? I forgot my train of thought. Cooked. Regaining. I was saying something about regaining 100K a month. Blah blah. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. So I want to say that I think if once we get to 100K a month with the main store for a couple of months, or maybe 250K a month with that store, I might just release the store. Again, I really want to show you guys what I've been building for the last couple of years, and kind of show you guys the ups and downs on kind of how performance looks. Because yo, this is literally the first store that I ever made. That one or first brand, whatever you want to call it, and that's why like it's like we do well Q4 because obviously it's the easiest time to scale, and that's when we initially made our first, big, scale that we made with that store. And then again, we didn't necessarily know how to pivot throughout the years on how to, not throughout the years, but honestly just recently, because we were only throughout the other years we were just down to do lower scale, but this year and last year we were really focusing on just, you know, maintaining higher scale. But we were getting to that point last year, but then we lost our ad account and we lost all our data, and then we were a bit cooked. So go back to the channel if you want to see all that stuff. I literally documented it. And also, again, now we're trying to regain scale again right now and get back upwards to that point. So as you can see, like business is one of those ones where you can really be going. You're literally up here, you go down here, you start coming back here, someone just slaps you and you go back down here. Like I'm telling you, we were at 80K 9 months. I say this so much, like it seems like I'm like reminiscing on it, but I know we're gonna get back to that point. That's why I like to mention it and just show you guys how we're in a down period right now. But I know we're gonna go back like this. But anyways, we're at this 89K period. We got slapped, we lost our ad account. And from there, nothing was optimized, blah, blah, blah. Then Q4 came, we started doing 6 figure months last Q4. And now, again, we were trying to rebuild up. We realized our offer had an issue. We're like, okay, our offer has an issue. Let's try something else. And now it's May. And by Q3, I believe we should probably see some better momentum. Again, we're testing a lot of different things right now. So, yeah, that's the whole goal right here. Once again, once we get to 6 figure months, let me know if you guys want to see what the store is looking like. I'm down to show y'all that one. The other one's probably not. I won't show anything else, but the jewelry store for sure is kind of like a bigger project for me, honestly. It's one that I see a lot of potential in. Honestly, I see a lot of potential in anything I work on, but this is something that I just want to show you guys because again, this is something that I first started off. The first store I ever started. I want to show you guys kind of like the growth, the evolution of it, going from like a little side hustle to being a real business to going from organic to paid. Like I just want to document the whole thing and show the whole process. Maybe I'll show that maybe only in the Discord, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at for the video. Honestly, I yapped so much. Again, if you made it this far, the video, comment aura, and I don't know, I'll give y'all something. I don't know, maybe a free call with me. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. Let me know what y'all want. But anyway, appreciate you guys. Catch y'all in the next video, and love y'all. Again, if you made it this far, love y'all. Y'all my niggas, and peace.